Hello learners, we've seen that how demographic dividend can be utilized in a very proper way for our economic, social and cultural growth of the country. But this particular demographic dividend, though it is very good in nature, because of the government improper initiatives, it can't be utilized. And there is also another problem for this particular aspect is the declining trend where the fertility levels in India is decreasing. So we'll analyze this particular trend and we will see what are the prospective cons about this particular trend. So firstly, we will see what is exactly this fertility rate is about. This particular thing or this particular number or the measurement is the average number of children a woman can bore in an expected or she is expected to bore during her lifetime. Then that thing is called as fertility rate. So this expected number is getting declined and it got dropped. The total fertility rate dropped to 2.0 in 2022 and the expected or the replacement level is 2.1 as per the National Family Health Survey number 5. So in 2022 from 2.1 it got reduced to 2.2 and also we will analyze the statistics from our independence onwards how this declining trend is declining but not getting stagnant or not getting increased. So this declining fertility holds very significant thing because of the socio-economic implications are there and from transitions. It is transitioning from young to the aging population. So this particular transition to be analyzed, this trend or this declining trend has to be properly studied because India is the populous country and it became populous in the year 2023 according to UN. So how are you going to use that particular demography is very important and how are you going to sustain that demography is very, very important for the country's growth. So we'll analyze some important facts about it. See, historically from 1950, the total fertility rate was unbelievably 5.9. And in the year 2000, it got dropped to 3.2 and in 2020, it is 2.0 according to the 5 survey. Now, and coming to state-wise, the below replacement level, the replacement level is 2.1. So, the below this would be states for like Kerala, Punjab and Tamil Nadu. Though Kerala and Tamil Nadu are good in literature, literacy and everything, that is also a very important reason for this decline as well. Though it's progressive, in another way, it is kind of a concern. And above the replacement levels, still some states are over there like that. Like in Bihar, it is 2.98 and in Uttar Pradesh, it is 2.4. So both are like extreme concerns. So for this to have, we need to have a proper global comparison because the world average of total fertility rate is 2.4 as per 2022. So globally, if you wanted to compare, 2.4 would be the mark and below replacement level, if you wanted to compare, it would be 2.1. So anything above or below would be a concern. And there is also the urban-rural divide as well. In the urban, it is 1.6. There are different reasons for this. We will see. And in rural, it is 2.1 and also there are different reasons for it. We will try to understand. So, this is the whole data available with us and kind of comparison regarding to the historical context and as well the global context. Now, what is the reasons for this particular declining trend? First of all, there is economic development happening, though it is a positive thing. In regards to the fertility level, it's kind of concerning. Now, the rising incomes, whatever are there, because of that, the living standards have been increased and this particular thing has reduced to the economic needs to have a larger family. Suppose for rice and wheat, to purchase this, you want 100 rupees and your family is contributing to want 50 rupees and the people are 3. Now to meet this demand, what do? You kind of reproduce. You will think that if my family grows, there could be income flowing into the family and we can meet the expenditures of day-to-day life. So that has because of poverty, one kind of poverty, there would be increase in number of people in the family. But now because of the rising incomes, the level of standards have increased and the need for larger family has reduced. And this particular thing, as transitioning from the agrarian to the service-based economy also, is reducing the dependence on the child labor. Next, the improved education, that too especially among the female. The female literacy rate is raised 71.5% according to 2011 census, which is betterly contributing to a proper family planning awareness. And this educated women are seeming to marry at a later age and have very few children, because she understands, or she's trying to understand, the perks or the cons, especially the cons of having a larger family. See, these are all like a positive things for the another context, but because of this declining trend, these are the reasons is what has been stated out. And because of urbanization, the increased, whatever this urbanization is there, that increased to 35.39% according to census 2021. And this urban families are trying to prefer a smaller family size due to the housing and cost of constraints or cost of living in the urban side. Next, the government programs are also were inclined towards the controlling the population. So there was a proper, like a very grand family planning programs and the sterilization drives, though this has a negative connotation, but this kind of programs have tried to reduce the population or decrease. And also there is Mission Parivar Vikas, the free contraceptives were being given. And this kind of programs are also, and also there is increased accessibility to the healthcare through the initiatives like Ayushman Bharat. So this kind of things are created awareness, and also they created proper family planning among the people, and that in a longer run has now become a concern that the fertility rates are decreasing. And because of health improvements as well, the infant mortality rate has come down to from 47 to 27 from 2006 to 2021. This is encouraging the smaller families. And the cultural and social changes, like the late marriages is very popular among these days, like median age of marriage for women rose to 21.2 years. Before and all, there is no consent. If just she hits puberty, the marriage would has been done. Then the preference for the smaller families are also changing due to the lifestyles and the aspirations. Now, career has become most important than marriage. So this kind of changes, these all are the reasons why there is a declining trend of fertility rate seen in India. And also these are access to contraceptives where the government is doing, and also economic aspirations, social aspirations, and as well the cultural aspirations. These are few more of the reasons. Now, what is the implication? What is exactly happening because of such kind of decline is the demographic dividend. Whatever the opportunities is there, this particular rate declining is a very higher proportion to the working age population. So, this particular shrinking of youth population may reduce the labor force availability in the long term. Now, it might not be a reason or a concern, but in a longer term, this will be a very challenging situation. And India is projected to have 20% of its populations aged 60 plus by 2050. Then there will be no young people, and there will be no economic growth, and there will be no money circulation, and in fall will directly again go into that loop of the circle of poverty. And this increased demand for the healthcare, pensions, and elderly care services. See, this is again a social aspect, but for the economic aspect, this can be a problem. Another implication is the economic wise. The reduced dependency ratio initially fosters the economic growth, but at the longer term, it includes the slower economic growth because of the shrinking of the workforce. Now, the more dependent workforce will increase, the working workforce will decrease. So, it will impact the economy. And the regional disparities, like states like the higher fertility rates like Bihar and UP are facing overpopulation concerns, and the lower fertility states like Kerala and Tamil Nadu are facing the aging population. So the migration, the policy formations will be more kind of an inclining, and we will feel it is partial, but we do not, there are some hidden concerns like these as well. Then the gender balance would be difficult because the continued or the son preference in the society will lead to the imbalanced sex ratio despite the fertility decline. So these are the implications. Once completely the decline or the total fertility comes to zero, this would be a very major concern. Now, so even though the declining trend has been seen among the total fertility rate, the government is trying to focus on the bigger picture to control the population growth. For that, government has brought some kind of initiatives, but in the way forward, we will see how this initiative should be aligning to the reduced global fertility rate trend. For controlling the population, missions like Parivar Vikas, which is focusing on the high fertility districts, there are incentives given for the sterilization and the contraceptive use. And the healthcare investments are so increased that the maternal and child health are being taken care and the primary healthcare infrastructure has been increased. So hereover, the quantity is being replaced by the quality. So the health has been prioritized. Next, programs like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao programs where they are addressing this gender imbalance and they are trying to promote the female education, and we have seen how the female once get aware how good and well she will try to have the proper thinking. Supporting for the working woman through maternity benefits and the child care facilities. And also there are a lot of awareness campaigns done in the media where they are promoting the small family norms. We could see the advertisements run on the TV and all other social media platforms, how they are trying to promote such kind of initiatives. So this is to control the population and to take care the quality of the population, but they are not address the declining trend. So for that, what has to be done? First, we'll try to have a global context. Now see, India has surpassed China 2023 regarding the population, and countries like Japan and Italy severely they are facing the demographic challenge due to the ultra low fertility rate. Now India must balance this fertility decline with the economic growth strategies and also the population strategy. And UN has projected that the India's population would be expected to stabilize 1.6 billion by 2060 due to sustained fertility decline. So what can be the way forward for this? The question of population rise and the fertility rate decline. So what can be the proper way forward? We have to focus on the fertility awareness without coercion, such as in China's experience with one child policy. This is a very big lesson for us to be taken care. So we have to promote a regional development to address the fertility disparities. Wherever the high fertility rate is there, you try to do such kind of initiatives like family planning and everything over there. And in the reduced one, you try to focus on a different lens. And we need to ensure that the gender equality should combat the son preference. There should not be, because the imbalance will lead to major other problems. And the economic strategy should be in such a way that the aging population, through investments in healthcare and skill development, they need to be increased, and encourage the higher female labor force participation so that we can mitigate this kind of a shrinkage. So though the declining fertility rate in India is a progressive kind of thing in the socio-economic aspects, but the regional disparities, the aging population lie challenge. So we need to have a balanced approach on the sustainable development, the health and the social equality to address or to harness this particular demographic shift. So it depends on us how we use this particular demography and how are we going to control, and taking lesson from China, we do not do the same. Thank you.